scientist at the Vodacom Bulls. How are you today?
Hi Dan, thanks for having me. It's always good to have you around.
Thank you, Leanne. Let's start off with, you are a sports scientist and you've been involved at the Bulls for quite some time now. But before we get into the nitty-gritties of what it is to be a sports scientist, let's talk about what possesses somebody to study sports science at university level.
I think for me, playing sports at a high level, I played hockey, and I think due to injuries I decided, well, that would be my one way of giving back, and it's something totally different, a general adrenaline rush, working with the guys, and yeah, just tipping your knowledge there all around. So yeah, I just love sports as a whole.
So what is the, when you study it at university level, what does it entail? You did study human movement studies and psychology at undergrad level, and then you did your honours in sports science. What does it entail?
Well, sports science as a whole, in a nutshell, is really performance-based.
Is there any other sports you would like to work in, or is rugby your number one? How does it work?
As a sports scientist, you have to be qualified and up to standard with all different sports. I knew I was going to get the question, being a woman in a man's world. I knew you were going to throw that at me. I just decided that rugby was the field for me to go into. Definitely a challenge, definitely worth it. No regrets at all. I firmly believe you have a purpose in life, and that is definitely rugby is my God-given purpose to give back. So.
You just mentioned being a woman in a man's world, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into that. Do you ever get any issues?
Up to date, and I've been in the rugby field for about 8 years now. No regrets, no issues. I think definitely much more rewarding, and I think as a woman you bring a different touch, a different edge to the party, and I don't think you should distinguish between gender. I mean, as a sports scientist, I feel that I am up there with any guy in the same field as me.
What exactly is it that you do in a working day?
A working day starts off early morning, which will be a bit of special needs with guys that maybe want a few extra stretches or massaging or my fascia release. Just really getting them ready before their field session. I think it's very important to individualize their programs. I mean, each individual is different, and to realize that they are a living person that you're working with. It's not a robot, so you can't just quickly check in your textbook.
The Vodacom Bulls support staff is quite immense. There's quite a lot of psychologists and biokineticists and all of those type of positions. Your team that you work with, what do they entail?
I think your communication is definitely key. You're working with various players from under 90 level right up to Super Rugby, and that communication channel. So we have a medical meeting once a week, and we all get together as a medical team and discuss players from A to Z, work through them and see where each one currently is, where they should be, where we want them to be. And I think that's key in any medical environment, because you work with so many different individuals. It shouldn't be about me as a sports scientist, but actually about the player, and that's what's nice, doing the hard and dirty work behind the scenes and seeing how the guys excel where they should be.
You said that you don't want to be defined as a sports scientist. So how would you define yourself?
I think what I meant for that was, I don't think you should define itself or by a title, especially in this field where you're working with different medical staff and personnel, and you only want the best for the player. So for me, I don't mind being just me, and it's not really about the title, but really seeing how the player excels. And no matter what, you're prepared to do anything just so that the player is happy. So happy player and happy me. You really have to be prepared to work hard. Nothing comes easy.
And if you had to sum up sports science as a career for yourself in one sentence, what would you say?
Wow. Sports science as a whole for me, I think it would be just that adrenaline rush and just seeing how the players excel and reach their potential. That's the most important for me.
Leanne, Game On Magazine would like to thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to chat to us.
Thanks so much, Leanne. It's always a pleasure.